Pasen, pasen para acá, se pueden sentar acá. Es una alfombra muy sabrosa. It's a very comfortable rug. Just sit on it. Come on up, pasen, pasen. Okay. Voy a hacer unas preguntas para comenzar. I'm going to ask a couple of questions. ¿Qué tantos aquí hablan inglés? ¿Qué tantos aquí hablan español? Okay, un chingo, digo mucho. Okay. Go sit over there. How many of you here speak English? Okay. How many of you here speak a third language but not European based? Either Asian or Native American or African, a language that's not connected to Europe. No en español o en inglés. Anybody speak? Okay, good. Now, how many of you know that that sickness, they call it Alzheimer's or old timers? But anyway, if you speak one language, you're more apt to get it. People speak two languages. When you speak a second language, you don't just learn new words. My head's getting hot, you access different parts of the brain, so your brain doesn't get sick when it gets older. And if you speak three languages, you have a flexibility. So English only is una pendeja. It's not very smart of a nation. English only is full of crap. It makes us lazy, arrogant people. It's the only language where you capitalize the I, and you don't capitalize the yo in Spanish unless you drive a Toyota. You cross out the other words. English only, when you add the word only to anything, is a monstrosity. It causes separation, exclusion. The future of this country is three languages. The future of this country is to embrace all the people of the world. Porque todos nomás tenemos una raza. There's only one race, the human race. When they ask me what race I am, I put human. When they say what sex, I always put not enough. Now, I'm going to ask a few questions. Who here has read Rain of Gold? How many of you read 13 Senses? Trece Sentidos. Not too many. How many of you read Wild Steps of Heaven? Wild Steps of Heaven is the first book. Then Rain of Gold and 13 Senses. Only by reading the trilogy do you get the full picture. And the toughest book is Wild Steps of Heaven. So, es el primero, pero read it afterwards because it's too tough. And it will probably end up being your favorite book. It really kicks your ass. Se trata de mi abuelita en los Altos de Jalisco during the Mexican Revolution. It never comes to this country. Now, the next trilogy is so the first trilogy is Wild Steps of Heaven, Rain of Gold, and 13 Senses. Rain of Gold is about mi papá y mi mamá son niños. They're little kids in the Mexican Revolution and how they survived the war with their mothers. And then the next volume, 13 Senses, is about marriage. Y mi papá decía que cuando se casan dos personas no es matrimonio, es matar los demonios. It's not a matrimony, it's kill the demons, but with love. My father's 25, he's a tough guy, a bootlegger, been to prison. His wife is an innocent little girl, just turned 18, and he thinks, he's the boss. And 3 years into the marriage, she says, the buck stops here. I'm leaving you, and I'm taking the kids unless you stop doing things illegally. We get shot at, run at, and I don't want that anymore. He wants to return to Mexico for a gold mine. She says, we're returning to the United States, and we're going to start a life over there, and no more outlaw. And their life changed. She stood up. And Wild Steps of Heaven is about the Mexican Revolution, cuando los cristeros and everything in Jalisco, and it's about when the women have all their husbands and kids killed, what do they do with the few little kids that are left? And they rise up with such brilliance and prayer and power that it just rips your heart apart. This one. That's the trilogy. The next